When we think about auditing, we think about it as a noble profession, a profession that has existed for hundreds of years, serving the public good. Yet it is also a for-profit business, a business that exists generating billions of dollars around the world. So how does those two reconcile? The phrase cost-benefit. The audit must be designed in a way that can actually create a sustainable model. And so the auditor is continually considering the cost-benefit analysis when deciding what to do. Likewise, we expect the client to consider the cost-benefit analysis when they're looking at controls. Cost is never the deciding factor. It's one of the factors we consider. There are sometimes cost is actually irrelevant. For example, analytical procedures are required at certain times of the audit. So it doesn't matter if they were costly to get the data, we are required by the standards to do it. But a lot of audit is actually based in professional judgment. So the auditor would be able to assess for particular procedures, particular settings, why they should do this procedure or should not. And cost benefit is one of the factors they would consider. But how do you know whether the costs outweigh the benefits? Well, sometimes we look at time as one of the costs of doing something. Sometimes the cost of bringing in a specialist, the evidentiary value. So for example, if we're going to do a procedure and regardless of what we find, we don't expect to find a material problem, or we don't think a material problem could occur, or it's impossible a material problem could occur, then the cost could not outweigh the benefits. We would just skip that procedure. Other times, if we thought doing a procedure would not be effective, in other words, we're going to engage in a confirmations, but we know the underlying data is not reliable, then we would go immediately to alternative procedures. And so the cost-benefit analysis requires the auditor to use their judgment to think through at what point is a procedure wise to do versus not wise to do. And so cost-benefit should always be considered, but cost alone is never enough of a reason to not do a procedure.